Hello, garden lovers. Welcome back to Time for Gardening. Spring is officially in the air. And if you've been dreaming of that lush, romantic English cottage aesthetic, but you're working with a limited footprint, this video is for you. Today, we're diving into spring magic in a small English garden. I've gathered 20 of my absolute favorite flower combinations and easy DIY projects that will turn even the tiniest patio or backyard into an enchanting escape. From the secret to glow-in-the-dark garden corners to DIYs that trick the eye into seeing double the space, we're covering it all. You'll want to stick around until the very end, because our final DIY is a sensory game-changer that every small garden needs. Let's grow together. Imagine stepping into your garden and being greeted by a living sunset right at your feet. The Ombre tulip border is a sophisticated design trick that uses a smooth color gradient, moving from deep, moody purples to the softest blush pinks, to create a sense of professional artistry in a compact space. This visual flow doesn't just look beautiful, it actually tricks the eye into seeing more depth, making a short garden bed feel like a grand, sprawling landscape. To bring this magic to your own yard, the secret lies in the planning of your bulb placement. Instead of scattering your tulips at random, group them by shade to create a deliberate fade effect along your walkway. It's a simple way to elevate your spring display from a standard flower bed to a curated botanical masterpiece that will have all your neighbors asking for your secret. There is something truly ethereal about the way forget-me-nots create a low-lying haze of sky-blue petals across the garden floor. When used as a living mulch, these delicate blooms act as a soft, frothy cushion that highlights the architectural beauty of taller spring stars. By pairing them with the bold, cheerful yellow of classic daffodils, you create a color contrast that feels both timeless and vibrantly fresh, a true hallmark of the English countryside. This pairing works so well because the forget-me-nots effectively hide the messy feet of the daffodils as they begin to wither post-bloom. As the sunlight filters through the trees, these blue clouds seem to glow, providing a sensory experience that makes even the smallest urban garden feel like a hidden woodland escape. It's a low-maintenance way to achieve a high-impact, dreamy aesthetic with very little effort. First impressions are everything, and nothing says spring magic quite like an entrance that smells as good as it looks. By training wisteria and star jasmine to frame your doorway, you create a lush, vertical tapestry of blooms that greets you with a heavenly fragrance every time you come home. This vertical approach is perfect for small gardens where ground space is a premium, allowing you to maximize your floral impact without crowding your path. As these climbers mature, they wrap your home in a soft, romantic embrace that changes with the light of the day. The hanging racemes of wisteria provide a fairy-tale-like drama in the early morning, while the star jasmine takes over with its sweet, heady scent as the sun begins to set. It's a sensory-rich feature that turns a simple doorway into a magical portal to your private sanctuary. If you want to add a touch of whimsy and architectural flair to your spring garden, look no further than the giant allium. These spherical purple blooms, often called globemasters, look like something straight out of a storybook as they tower over shorter plants. By nestling them among wispy, low-growing ornamental grasses, you create a playful contrast between the solid, geometric globes and the soft, moving texture of the grass beneath. The beauty of alliums is that they provide vertical interest without taking up much horizontal space, making them a must-have for small-scale gardening. As they sway gently in the spring breeze, they bring a sense of movement and Wonderland charm to your borders. Plus, they are fantastic for pollinators, ensuring your garden is buzzing with life and activity all season long. garden shouldn't only be enjoyed in the bright midday sun. A moonlight corner ensures your space remains magical well into the evening. By focusing on a palette of pure white flowers, such as white bleeding hearts, lily of the valley, and white tulips, you create a pocket of the garden that catches the faint evening light and seems to glow from within. It's a serene, cooling aesthetic that offers a peaceful retreat after a long day. To make this corner truly pop, try to place it against a darker backdrop like a wooden fence or deep green evergreens. The contrast makes the white petals look crisp and luminous under the stars, reflecting even the smallest amount of ambient light. This isn't just a garden. It's a tranquil sanctuary designed for those quiet, reflective moments as the spring moon rises. When your garden is small, the only way to go is up, and a clematis waterfall is the most dramatic way to do it. Varieties like Clematis montana produce a literal curtain of flowers that can drape down from a balcony or over an old brick wall, creating a massive explosion of color in a very narrow footprint. This vertical abundance makes even the tiniest courtyard feel like it's overflowing with nature. Transitioning from a bare wall to a floral cascade requires only a simple trellis or a few guide wires. Once established, the clematis will find its way, tumbling downward like pink or white water to soften the hard edges of your garden's architecture. It's the perfect DIY solution for adding privacy and charm to an urban space while keeping your floor area free for seating or pot. The pastel primrose path is a celebration of the delicate colors that define the beginning of the English spring. By lining your narrow gravel walkways with these sturdy, low-growing perennials, you create a welcoming trail of soft lemons, peaches, and lilacs. These flowers are among the first to arrive each year, signaling the end of winter with a gentle, colorful embrace that guides you through your garden. Because they stay low to the ground, primroses are perfect for defining the edges of a path without obscuring the taller plants growing behind them. They create a neat, organized look that still feels inherently natural and cottage-like in style. Walking along a path bordered by these beauties makes every morning trip to the garden feel like a stroll through a classic English painting. You don't need an acre of land to support local biodiversity. A wildflower pocket meadow can thrive in even the smallest corner of your lawn. By designating a small defined patch for native seeds, you create a beautiful chaotic contrast to the more structured parts of your garden. This mini meadow becomes a hub of activity, drawing in bees and butterflies that bring your spring garden to life with their movement. This approach is perfect for the environmentally conscious gardener because it thrives on minimal intervention, allowing nature to take the lead. The mix of heights, textures, and colors creates a dynamic ecosystem that changes every week as different species begin to bloom. It's a powerful way to make a big environmental impact in a very small, manageable footprint. If you are short on actual garden beds, the bulb lasagna pot is your best friend for a continuous spring show. By layering bulbs at different depths within a single container, late-blooming tulips at the bottom, mid-spring hyacinths in the middle, and early crocus at the top, you ensure a fountain of flowers for months. This vertical layering technique maximizes the output of a single square foot of patio space. As one layer of flowers fades, the next rises through the foliage to take its place, keeping your containers looking fresh and vibrant without any replanting. It is a masterclass in garden efficiency that delivers a dense, professional look with very little physical labor. For those with only a balcony or a small porch, this is the ultimate way to experience the full magic of the spring season. Every small garden has that one dark, shaded corner where nothing seems to grow, and that is exactly where hellebores shine. Known as Lenten roses, these elegant, nodding flowers thrive in the shadows, bringing moody purples, greens, and dusty pinks to the forgotten nooks of your yard. Their evergreen foliage ensures that even when they aren't blooming, that corner remains lush and full of life throughout the year. Hellebores add a touch of sophisticated gloom that balances the bright, sunny parts of the garden, providing visual rest and mystery. Because they bloom so early, they often push through the last of the winter frost to announce the arrival of spring before any other flower. Utilizing these shadow dwellers turns a problem area into a dramatic focal point that feels curated and intentional. Adding a touch of vintage charm to your garden can be as simple as raiding your local thrift store for mismatched English teacups. These rustic teacup bird feeders are a delightful way to inject personality into your flower beds while inviting nature to join the party. Mounted on simple wooden stakes, these floral-patterned cups look like jewelry for the garden, providing a whimsical nod to traditional high tea. Beyond their visual appeal, these feeders serve a vital role in supporting your local ecosystem during the busy nesting season. As songbirds stop by for a snack, your garden becomes a dynamic living space filled with movement and song. It's an incredibly easy afternoon DIY project that yields instant results, proving that you don't need a huge budget to create a space that feels magical. In a small garden, the biggest challenge is often the feeling of being boxed in. But a mirror illusion gate changes the perception of space entirely. By mounting a reclaimed arched mirror onto a fence or a brick wall and framing it with climbing ivy, you create the optical illusion of a secret passageway leading into another garden. It's a clever designer's secret that adds immediate depth and a sense of mystery to even the tightest courtyard. The magic happens when the mirror reflects the vibrant colors of your spring tulips and the movement of the trees, doubling the visual impact of your planting. It's a high-reward DIY that makes your outdoor space feel twice as large and infinitely more intriguing to the eye. Just a glimpse of this hidden path is enough to make any visitor feel like they've discovered a secret corner of an old estate. There is a rugged, rustic beauty in giving old materials a new life, and an upcycled window frame trellis is the perfect example. By removing the glass from a vintage timber frame and adding a bit of chicken wire or twine, you create a charming cottage-style support for your climbing plants. Whether you're growing sweet peas or morning glories, this DIY adds a shabby chic focal point that feels deeply rooted in garden history. This project is as functional as it is aesthetic, providing the necessary structure for vertical growth in a way that looks like a piece of art. Leaning against a shed or mounted on a wall, the frame provides a perfect window into the soul of your garden. It's a wonderful way to recycle a piece of history while helping your spring flowers reach new, breathtaking heights. The sound of trickling water has a transformative effect on a garden, turning a simple backyard into a professional-grade retreat. You can easily create this atmosphere yourself with a terracotta pot fountain, using just a few nested clay pots and a small solar-powered pump. The warm, earthy tones of the terracotta blend perfectly with the spring greenery, and the gentle splashing sound provides a natural soundtrack that masks city noise. What makes this DIY so appealing for small spaces is its versatility. You can tuck it into a corner of your patio or use it as a centerpiece in a flower bed. As moss begins to grow on the damp clay over time, the fountain will take on a beautiful, aged patina that looks like it has been there for decades. It's an affordable way to bring a sense of calm and spring magic to your personal oasis. If your patio feels a bit too cold or industrial, consider the Checkerboard Thyme patio as a fragrant, living alternative. By removing a few paving stones and replacing them with creeping thyme, you create a stunning geometric pattern that softens the hard edges of your outdoor space. This signature look isn't just visually striking, it's also incredibly practical, as thyme is a hardy herb that loves the sun and handles foot traffic with ease. The best part of this design is the sensory reward. Every time you step on the stones, the crushed leaves beneath your feet release a refreshing herbal aroma. It's a brilliant way to incorporate edible and aromatic plants into your functional living area without needing extra pots. This checkerboard effect turns a standard floor into a tapestry of color and scent, making every step in your garden a magical experience. Organization meets art with the creation of hand-painted botanical markers for your herb and flower beds. Using smooth river stones and a bit of acrylic paint, you can create custom labels that are both durable and beautiful. These markers add a personal handcrafted touch to your garden, making it feel less like a project and more like a collection of stories and memories. These stones serve a practical purpose as well, helping you remember exactly where you planted those late-blooming bulbs or delicate spring herbs. As the plants grow around them, the painted illustrations peek through the foliage like little treasures waiting to be found. It's a wonderful DIY for a rainy spring afternoon that adds a layer of sophisticated detail to your small English garden. Nature provides some of the best planting vessels, and a hollowed-out fallen log can become the most enchanting feature in your garden. The Fairytale log planter involves filling a natural wooden cavity with moss, ferns, and colorful pansies to create a rustic woodland centerpiece. This found object approach gives your garden an organic, established feel that plastic or ceramic pots simply cannot replicate. Over time, the log will continue to weather and age, becoming a habitat for beneficial insects while providing a rich environment for your plants. It creates a beautiful horizontal line in your garden design, drawing the eye along the ground and connecting your floral displays to the natural world. This is a perfect way to bring a touch of the wild English forest into a more controlled urban setting. For those who love a blend of modern and traditional, a copper pipe garden arch is a sleek DIY project that adds immediate structure to a small space. Unlike heavy wooden arches, the thin profile of copper pipes keeps the garden feeling open and airy, while providing a sturdy frame for climbing roses or jasmine. The bright, metallic shine of the copper is particularly beautiful when it catches the low light of a spring morning. As the season progresses and the rain falls, the copper will naturally oxidize, shifting from a bright rose gold to a stunning verdigris green. This living finish means your garden arch will actually get more beautiful with age, blending perfectly with the surrounding foliage. It's a minimalist, industrial-inspired DIY that brings a high-end, contemporary edge to the classic cottage garden look. Privacy is often a concern in small gardens, but you don't have to settle for a boring wooden fence. A DIY stained glass privacy screen uses reclaimed frames and colorful glass scraps to create a vibrant barrier that lets the light through while blocking unwanted views. When the spring sun hits the screen, it casts dancing, colorful shadows across your plants, creating a kaleidoscope effect that changes throughout the day. This project allows you to play with color and light in a way that traditional plants alone cannot. It acts as a piece of permanent garden art that remains beautiful even on the grayest of spring days, providing a pop of color before the first buds have even opened. It's a creative way to define your boundaries while adding a touch of bohemian spring magic to your outdoor sanctuary. Nothing finishes a garden like a well-defined walkway, and an herb-lined gravel path is the ultimate English garden feature. By bordering a simple pea gravel path with mounds of lavender, rosemary, and sage, you create a corridor of texture and scent. As you walk through, your clothes brush against the herbs, releasing their oils and filling the air with a clean, refreshing fragrance that defines the spring experience. The crunch of the gravel underfoot combined with the soft, silvery foliage of the herbs creates a wonderful tactile experience. This DIY also serves a culinary purpose, as your fresh ingredients are always within arm's reach as you move through your space. It's the perfect final touch to a small garden, proving that beauty, utility, and magic can all exist in the same square foot of soil. And there you have it, 20 ways to bring a touch of English spring magic right to your doorstep. We've explored everything from the architectural drama of Wonderland Alliums to the rustic charm of upcycled window trellises. I hope these ideas prove that you don't need a sprawling estate to create a breathtaking sanctuary, You just need a little bit of time and creativity. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 20 ideas are you planning to try this season? Or do you have a small space garden secret of your own? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. If you found this helpful, please give this video a like and hit that subscribe button to join our growing community here at Thyme for Gardening. Your support helps this channel bloom. Happy gardening, and I'll see you in the next one.